And now, as everybody's carving pumpkins, we are making pumpkin dumplings. I already started. Hello and welcome to another cooking rodeo with the Tater Cowgirl. I already started because there's a lot of organization for that recipe, and I want to show you what I did. I took 350 grams of old bread. I had some old bread left over, and you can also you cube it, or you use like stuffing cubed bread, something like that. Put it in a bowl and then mix it with salt and oat milk, and I show you how I did that. And once your bread is soaked, I recommend, I mean they say minimum 10 minutes, but I let it soak at about an hour, you know, to have it really moist. And I put it down now so that you see what I'm doing. I heated up my pan, that's what we have to do first. Here. And we put in one chopped onion, and I would chop it as small as possible. Use a non-stick pan. Add a little bit of vegan bouillon, not a lot. We don't need oil or fat because we cook full plant-based. And to these onions, add a small butternut squash or half a medium, also very finely chopped. And we will water saute that in the pan. Let's put those away. Okay, let's look at our dough in the meantime. See, it's really soft. Keep a few breadcrumbs handy in case it gets too wet in the end. Once we are done, then you can always add something, okay? Add a little bit more bouillon here. Bouillon gives good taste to the onions. And oh yeah, and also make sure you have this water cooking. Already, we put this on low that it keeps boiling. Then we need a tablespoon of parsley. We need, I would recommend, if you don't have it, it's okay. It's not, use 2 tablespoons of parsley if you don't have the green goddess spice. I love it in those dumplings, so I use it. Also a tablespoon. Put everything in the back here, then we have more space. Also, I prepared a flax egg. This is a 3 tablespoon flax seed meal here, and 6 tablespoon plant milk, and I took 2 tablespoons water I mixed with it, so you get this jelly kind of egg replacement. If you don't like the flax egg, you can also use apple unsweetened applesauce. It works perfect as egg replacement. I keep it here handy in case I need a little bit more to fill in. I'm not sure. We will see. Okay. Then we need nutmeg, and we will use about half a teaspoon nutmeg. Yeah, a good heap. Okay. We will use maybe a quarter teaspoon pepper. Should about it. I would be careful with salt because we already have salty stuff in there, like the bouillon. This is nice and soft now. Keep doing it on low. Maybe a little bit. Let's do a little pinch of salt, because we already had one in there, remember, when we soaked the bread, so I wouldn't do too much. Okay, then we put in the flax egg. And we got that one done. And just mix it a little bit with your washed hands. It's the best. Don't make it too, you want to see the bread cubes, so don't make it too dense. Don't over knead it. This is a tablespoon of starch, either corn or potato starch, whatever you like better. And this is 2 tablespoons of flour to give it a hold together. If you have seen my recipe, the mushroom gravy, I made bread dumplings with it. It's kind of like this one, a little bit different spices and stuff, but it's a lot like it. Let me wash my hands really quick. Okay. And now we turn that off and put our onions in. Our butternut squash. If you don't have butternut squash, you can use sweet potato or real squash, other squash, the round one, or I would say golden zucchini would work too. I don't think it's a little taste difference, but my favorite one is the butternut squash for that. Has that nutty flavor which I like, together with nutmeg. So we mix it in with the spoon because it's hot, so be careful. But you want to mix it in nicely. And if it gets too dry, remember we still have that applesauce we can add. I think my one is just fine. It has to be a little wet, so don't make it too dry, because otherwise it's not tasting well. The other stuff is not necessary, but I like it, is vegan cheese, and I use the one without casein. So if you go to Trader Joe's, there are 3 different cheeses, usually vegan cheeses, and 2 of them have casein in there. This is sorry, because the casein is the carcinogen in cheese. So if you eat that vegan cheese with the casein in it, you might as well use a normal cheese, which tastes better. I use that cheddar style casein-free vegan cheese, and I think I got it at Nob Hill. And there's a little left over. I have not much left. That's enough. If you don't want to, because it's fat calories, so if you don't want to put it in, leave it out. The dumplings can exist without this cheese, but it just tastes good in there. And look at the color. Isn't that cool? It's such a good fall recipe. And I eat it with my mushroom gravy. I have the recipe on my channel. The carnivores in my family, they eat it with goulash, the Hungarian goulash. The recipe, I think, is with soy curls. The vegan alternative is on my channel too. But it's a good side dish. I only need the pumpkin and some the dumpling, 1 dumpling and some gravy, and it's just fine with me. I don't need more. But just wanted to let you know. So now we have it mixed together. You can try it a little bit. It's good. And take the lid off here, and maybe I should go here. Maybe I should go here that you see it better. That's what I'm doing. Let's turn that one on. Take this one over. Ooh, hot. Okay, this is vegan broth, better than bouillon. And you have to have it boiling. However, once you put the dumplings in, do not boil anymore. They have to just simmer, because they will fall apart if you boil it too strong. Oh, oops. Sylvia, what you doing? So I put it on medium. It will go down a little once I put the dumplings in. We start with 1 dumpling. And this is the dumpling test, okay? You put it in. You wait. If the dumpling, put it down a little, that it's simmering. If the dumpling falls apart, we have to add breadcrumbs. If the dumplings doesn't come up swimming, we have to add, let's put a little bit of water in there. So we need a little bit more water in there. Okie dokie. And if it comes up just fine, if it swims on top, you have the right consistency. If it falls apart, you have a problem. Houston, you have a problem. No, it doesn't look like it falls apart. There are only a few bread cubes, the outer ones, where this is normal when they get loose. Yeah, looking good to me. Let's just wait until it simmers again. Yeah, it's coming up. See, it's not on the bottom. You see it? You take that off. Do you see it? See better now, huh? Here's the dumpling. It comes swimming to the surface. It's not going to like a rock to the bottom, and it also is not dissolving. So we can start making our dumplings. And I make them like this. It's less sticky if you hold your hands under warm water. If you have a problem with that. 2, 3. You just keep forming your dumplings. Like that it fits in your palm, you know? Ooh. we go. I think we have to wait with the other one because we have too much. So I will wait with that part. It's another, yeah, maybe 3 dumplings. So I wait until they are done. Wash my hands in the meantime. And again, don't let them boil too hard because you don't want them to fall apart at this stage of the... See, it's simmering. So they should be in, let's say, 15 minutes. Put the timer on, 15 to 20 usually. Then they are done. And we will talk again when I get them out. Here we go. After 15 minutes, I have my dumplings out. These are the 2 I eat right now for lunch. I eat them without anything. Or maybe even a little bit of broth, vegan broth with it, you know. You can eat them as a soup inlet too. You will see when I put 4 more simmering here. Let me get it down to show you. So 4 are simmering here. They are done in 2 minutes. Oh, they're looking good. And I will get them out. This is my tool to get the dumplings out. I put them in a bowl. And then they are, you know, dripped. Not so drippy anymore. I store them in my glass casserole dish. So I have them ready for tonight for dinner. Put a lid on, put them in the fridge. And then to reheat them, you either throw them in boiling water for 2 minutes or you put them in the microwave. Both things work. And as I say, for dinner, mushroom gravy. And I might make a goulash for Clay. And somebody is bringing for dinner, so probably they are meat eaters. You know, who am I to judge them what they eat or tell them what they have to eat? Everybody has a free will and should eat what they want to eat. I have no problems with that. I eat what I eat and they eat what they eat. When I cook, try to accommodate everybody. Anyway, that was my pumpkin dumpling. Uma's recipe, but without the butter and the eggs, and a little bit healthier. So if you want to watch me get the rest of the dumplings out, you are welcome. Let's do that. I think the timer is off in 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okie dokie. So what I use that. See, you can roll it a little to get the water out and then put it here. Roll it a little, get the water out. Here is the dumpling. Get it here. That one too. This is the last one. See, there's not much stuff in there that floats around, so we had a good consistency. Okie dokie. Put that one right away in here. I think it's not drippy anymore. Okay. And those I let drip a little before I put them out. And this is it. I hope you had fun. Have a happy Halloween or happy fall harvest party. Happy pumpkin carving, and I see you again at my next cooking show, update, fashion update, or whatever. As I say in California, peace out.